totally does, and I'm excited to go work on it. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Jerry, you want to add anything to all that? That's great. Personally, I run it all. Personally, I run it all through my friend feed, and my friend feed feeds my Twitter feed. So if I go bookmark a YouTube video, or I go blog somewhere, or I go do anything, it all ends up in Twitter, you know. So, which is what I would really recommend to anybody that isn't using friend feed, that you go scope out some of my videos on that and go sign up for it, because it's a great tool too. But that's great that Arts for Living does it, and Blog TV does it too, directly to it. But if either one of them have RSS feeds, you feed that into your friend feed, and then you get it all everywhere, right? So, Jerry, we're getting you more excited about Twitter? Well, like I said, you really got smooth sailing. You can run 500 more in a day. I'd really only recommend running about 250 people a day and just be more consistent about it. But you can go run yourself up to 2,000 tomorrow, and then you'll get the speed bakes thrown on. And then out of that 500, let's say you get 200 or 300 in 2 days. Great, you know. So you've already gotten whatever percentage over your 15,000, and then wait 4 or 5 days, go drop them off. But then you're going to be down to that 200 speed bump because you're at the 2,000 10% mark, is my findings. So, but you can really make a lot of progress real quick with Twitter if you set your mind to it. Yeah, but we're only talking a couple of months. I mean, if you really work it. I mean, in 2 or 3 months, I mean, you need to do those kind of numbers. I'm convinced. We'll see. I just need to focus on it more myself here. Like I said, my dad, you know. And we'll see, you know. Yes and no. They show you in chronological order, so you can see who your latest are when you click on it. You can't control that. It doesn't actually show you a date, but you can see that, you know, I was, you know, one of RCRN's early, you know, people, you know, followers, but I jumped on Twitter way late. You'd been doing Twitter for a long time. So I'm sure you had a couple hundred followers or something, you know, before I jumped on. But in the scheme of things, it is in chronological order. Well, right. Well, he's definitely got, he's definitely out there working. He's putting good quality content on it, but he can go do 4,000 people over his current subscriber base. So when you think about being able to every 3 or 4 days go subscribe to 3,000 or 4,000 people, and then take and unsubscribe to the prior weeks that didn't do 3,000 or 4,000 people, you can gain 10% of them, you know, every week like that, right? I mean, you're getting up into really huge numbers. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That 2,000, you only get to go do 200 at a time. So it takes time to build that exponential growth to then be getting up, you know, into some good numbers. And believe me, I was pretty pleased with getting rid of my dead weight, and then I was like 100 or 200 under. So I got to go out and friend 500 people yesterday. Okay? Well, out of the 500, I've already had, you know, 200 and some odd people reply back and follow me back, right? That's 10%. He's got 21,000 updates that he's done. Yeah, he's been tweeting a lot, but again, you can do a lot. Yeah, I mean, and I forget what I've got Tweet Denver up to, but it's up to a couple of thousand, in in a month. But again, it depends on how. I mean, either he's doing a lot of typing by hand. He's got virtual assistants out there throwing stuff out. He's got some bots out there doing some search for him. I don't know where all of his stuff goes. I'm not looking at his content. But yeah, that's good. He's active. He's got lots going on. There's going to be people that are going to drop you going, you tweet too much. Bye. Don't let the door hit you in the ass, right? That's great. But I guarantee you, here's another trick I just thought of that you can look at with him. You can take and go look at the people he follows. If most of the people aren't, can you see if they're following him back or not? I'm not sure about the statement, so I probably ought to go look. But you could. I was thinking you could see how many people are following him back, but you really don't. I think you see who are following you. Let me go do it. Anyway, you could see that he's out there working it, because you can definitely see it with yourself. If you go out and follow 100 people, you then look at who you're following, and you'll see that if you can't direct message them back, they haven't followed you back yet. So if you see a lot of people at the front of your list that you can't direct message, then obviously you've been out working it and you haven't given it enough time, right? So Jerry?
Yeah?
Man? What do you think of Twitter mania?
Well, I think you're just being a freak on technical details, and I'm just waiting on you to kind of finish your rant with that.